Hey everybody, Steve here. It's August 1st. Yesterday, in the evening, into the night, I started doing some work on the balcony, taking down plants and unweaving the plants through the fence and hanging up the finer mesh screen. And the other day, I also started to snip some of um, the extra stems sprouting off from some of the dragon fruit cacti. I got a few big ones over here. This one's pretty big. I'll replant this one, but this was an offshoot of another larger stem, so I'll let that grow into its own separate plant. There's another one over here, and in this box here, these all came from the same plant. These came from a different cactus, so I'm keeping these separate. So hopefully I could find out eventually what color the fruit is, because at some point I let the cactuses get mixed up, and about half of them are red skinned, red fruit, red fleshed, and half of them are yellow skinned or golden skinned, and I think white flesh. Um, and I don't think there's any way I could really tell by looking at the stems. Although maybe there is, I'm not sure. I've got to look that up, because there's definitely different characteristics when I look at the different stems here. But I don't know if those are things that could be varied, within the same species of plant. Here's a larger one. I'll just show you. I'll tilt the camera down. And over here, we'll check on the cuttings. I doubt they've rooted yet, but I also, just because I had extra space, took some cuttings from the mini rose bush, stuck them in there. See if they'll stuck. Whoa, yes! Got a root! Got a root already! Holy moly! Let me get the camera closer. This setup is working pretty quickly then. The roots are staying moist. Oh yeah, I could see it in the viewfinder, so you're definitely picking up on that. I'll zoom in. And we got a root right there. I'll actually bring it physically closer. Excellent. All right. Oh, that's good news. Yeah, I'm trying to do this as a side venture. Maybe just focus on growing a few things, but things that can really produce a lot in a small space. And if it turns out well, I could always expand if it's worthwhile. Which is why the mice were really driving me nuts, because things were doing pretty well out there. Even the pothos, people, like to buy. Wow, these are really healthy and shiny. Sorry to get all distracted like that. I don't know if you'll be able to fully appreciate the beauty of this leaf right here, but it is just like shiny and soft, unlike any of these other leaves, which might seem identical on camera, but this one is strikingly different in person. I mean, these are all nice too, but anyway, yeah, I want to propagate, house plants, pothos, resell them, grow and propagate the dragon fruit cactus, grow and propagate the rosemary, and maybe some flowers if these rose bushes don't croak on me. They were doing well for a while, and then I don't know if it was the extreme heat. They don't do as well in the heat, maybe. All right, now let's check out here. Let's see if the mice came. Good, I see no dirt on the floor, which means they were not here last night. The blueberry went ahead and died, but everything else is doing all right. You can see I pulled everything off of the fence there. And like a very not smart person, I actually started hanging the screen before I took everything off. So, yeah, that was dumb. Hey, we got some fungus here. I'll take a picture of that later. Get a good quality picture. Got some fungus down there too. So yeah, these dragon fruit cacti were. I know you're probably getting annoyed with me saying cacti so much, but they were tied up like this one. I had to unstrap them and bring them down. This is the tallest one I got right now. This one took off really well, and I don't know if it's the genetics of the seed or the conditions, the fact that it's in a pot, which maybe caused more growth to be forced into one stem, or maybe it was some other reason. But anyway, you can see I'm using the clothesline. I kind of hung this top screen up first, and then worked it in, tied it with some wire. But anyway, so now I'm gonna continue working on that today. Doing the bottom isn't going to be any easier because there's a bunch of stuff in the way too. Hopefully I could just sneak this planter out a little bit, cheat it out, scoot it, and get the screen in there behind there. But the thing is, I've got to make sure that it's tight all along the bottom. Otherwise, the mice are going to weasel their way in. Actually, that's not fair to use another animal to describe their behavior. The mice are going to mice their way in. They're going to squeeze in under the, any tight little opening they could make. Even if the screen was a little bit larger than this, they might be able to get through, because they're not large mice, and rodents have very flexible bones. They could squeeze into surprisingly tight spaces. Yeah, but I think that's it. I might do something else today. Depends how long this takes. But yeah, that's it.